చుటూ ఓం శాంతి వనస్తు వరదే కామరూ starting with the prayer Saraswati Vandana Saraswati Vanastubhyam Varade Kamarupeni Vidyarambham Karishyami Changi Chakri Janannadi Sriman Narayano Vishnu Vasudevo Virachutu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Okay. So I would now request the dynamic chairperson of the School Education Committee, Mrs. Madhu Mathur, to provide the opening remarks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new portal of the Educators Forum, wherein we shall have a tete-a-tete with teachers on rife topics and modern methods and technologies in education, like the change in pedagogy, skill development, teaching learning methods, technology in education, classroom resources, assessments and planning, learning disabilities, critical thinking, decision making, conceptual learning, instructional techniques, EQ, IQ, SQ and AQ, the new NEP 2020, LSRW, STEM and so on. However, this session being the first of its kind, we request everyone to be alert and listen to the talks so that we could have an interaction towards the end of each session and arrive at a certain conclusion after deliberations on the particular topics. I would request Mrs. Geeta Karan ma'am to enlighten us on her experiences as a great educator.
Good evening, everyone, all those who have gathered here today. It's very nice to have a big gathering. I hope it is a big gathering. Of course, I wouldn't be seeing you. But mostly, I suppose there are teachers here. So I've been asked by Madhu, who is the coordinator for this. And it was very nice of her to have asked me to speak on education. And thank you, Madhu, for inviting me. Now, first, I'll begin with the education is the most important tool which one can use to change the world. Education today, is very different now from what it was earlier, the jug and the mug theory, where the children's minds were filled with bookish knowledge. In times of today, education should help children to look at life differently by using all the five senses, by which I mean holistic way of looking at things. Education should teach children wisdom and not grade their character. It is a continuous process of learning. The day learning stops, the growth will stop. Since most of you gathered here are teachers, the leadership as a teacher of your class, of your children, is a journey which you embark upon. Especially the last 2 years have been rather difficult and somehow we have all managed, but it has taught us a lot of things. But we also face the big C. The big C, by big C I mean the challenge that we had to handle. Now, and also the change, which is the nature of life in any profession. And challenge is the aim of life. So one has to challenge the change and not change the challenge. Quoting J. Krishnamurti, who said that education must reveal the two worlds to the young children. That is, what is within them and what is around them. Unfortunately, our education system fails to address the inner world of children, that is, the strengths, the talents, the special intelligences that is there, and their dreams. But we have changed. Coding and artificial intelligence has made imparting knowledge more easier and simpler. Let me bring another aspect, that is the spirituality. By spirituality, I don't mean being religious at all. That's a different thing altogether. By spirituality, I consider spirituality the source of energy, the source of courage, the inner strength that we all have within us, and which enable you to take on any life's challenges with the awareness that within you is a hidden Shakti. All of us have that hidden Shakti, which we don't bring it out. An energy that is of eternity. There is a powerhouse in every one of us. So let us use that power not only in school but also in our day-to-day life. Walk on the pathway of life. Do your allotted work. Live and move in the awareness of our chosen path. That is, most of you have chosen to be teachers. You can harness this tremendous spiritual energy through self-discipline. When learning becomes purposeful, creativity blossoms. When creativity blossoms, thinking emanates. And when thinking emanates, knowledge is fully lit. And when knowledge is fully lit, economy flourishes. And all this, what I started with, that education, this is how we build our nation, by all these facts that I have just said. And by the way, these are the words of Abdul Kalam. And we come back to how education can change the world. So all this starts at the school level. Therefore, education in and out of school is the most powerful tool that can bring about a change in the society, in the country and world at large. So be ready. My advice to you would be to be ready for the change, to bring in future readiness.
Thank you very much. So moving ahead, I would like to brief the main protagonist of today's program, Mrs. Pratibha Sinha. Mrs. Pratibha Sinha holds the position of Chief Executive Officer at DSR Education Society, Hyderabad. The society has 7 schools named Birla Open Mind International K-12 and Birla Open Minds Preschool in Hyderabad. A postgraduate in education with diploma in early education and business English. She has headed schools with CBSE, ICSE, Cambridge, and IB programs. She has held the position of Regional Academic Head with Pearson Education. She is an edXL Pearson Teachers Training Certified Trainer. Many new initiatives have been initiated under her leadership. All the organizations that she joined, she has worked with clear vision and passion and has raised the bar of work environment. Her career graph showcases more than 3 decades of progressive qualitative experiences across a wide gamut of functions: classroom teaching, academic audit, curriculum developing and planning, teacher training, mentoring and monitoring, school operations and finances, setting up and managing schools. She has done extensive research and developed many modules in teaching and English enhancement program for adults. Recently, she has authored a book, Striving for Success Today and Tomorrow. The book is about intensive and detailed growth plan for a school. Her passion for performing arts has led to her to be a member of Nishumbita Theatre Group, where she has played many pivotal roles. She is right now working and researching on correlating life skills with theatre and benefit of theatre on children with autism. So please, let's welcome Mrs. Pratibha Sinha. So she will take forward the program for today. Pratibha Aunty, you can start.
Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. So I request Vishal to close the presentation, please. Vishal, please request you to close the presentation so that I can see everybody. Yeah, thank you so much. So good evening, everybody. I think Vishal had muted me also along with the participants. That's why I couldn't join you earlier. First of all, I would like to thank and appreciate our President, Dr. Dinesh Raj Mathur, for actually having this vision and forwarding it to the HMK school committee and giving us this platform, all the educators, this platform to come together and collate, collaborate, uh, discuss, uh, share our good practices, and of course, motivate the younger generations to also be part of being an educator or a teacher. I would also like to thank Madhu, who's the chairperson for school committee. She was really enthusiastic. Thank you, Madhu. So thank you so much, Madhu. And of course, the core team members who are part of our meetings. So thank you, everybody. And it is lovely to join this group. And I feel that, in future also, if we can come up with more and more programs that we can, for the teachers, it'll be lovely. Now, Madhu, when she spoke about the skills, she gave a tall order for the teachers that, we have to have this skill, that skill, this skill. She had a long list of skills, and next time we'll share those lists. Of course, that's a long list of skills that everybody needs to have, the teachers need to have, because we are dealing with students of 21st century skills, right? And also, Ms. Geeta Karan, she spoke about the inner strength that we need to have. So everybody is saying that, it's a tall order for the teachers and the educators, because we are the ones who are handling the future generation of this, of the century. So with that note, can I see the teachers? Please put on your videos, showcase yourselves. Can I see the whole view, Vishal? Because today is going to be a very, very interactive session. We are meeting today to decide our further course. What are we going to do next? How are we going to meet again? Who wants to be part of these sessions? Who wants to conduct these sessions? It's not that, we are the only ones who are going to conduct the sessions. We would like everybody, we have such stalwarts in our biradri who have been teachers for years together. We want to understand, we want to know more from them. We want to actually take it forward and bring in everybody into this forum so that we feel that, yes, we are part of it and the sense of belongingness is there. So if I see everybody, all the teachers here, from last 720 days, from last 720 days, we have really, as Geeta mentioned, that, there have been so many changes and challenges that we have seen. So according to you, what has made you change? How have you changed? And where do you feel that you need to celebrate this change? How have you changed? Of course, pandemic was the main, issue where we had to change. How have you changed yourself, your personality, or your teaching strategies? And today, when you look back, what do you feel? I mean, do you feel and you want to share it with everybody and you want to celebrate that changes that have happened in your life? So can I have some of the teachers talking about what they faced during this pandemic and how they changed themselves and how they want us to celebrate and clap for them for whatever their changes that has happened in their lives and their teaching methods. So I don't know, I can't see everybody, but if you can raise your hand, who wants to, you can raise your hand on the reactions or, yeah.
You
I can see
go
Isha.
ahead.
I
Yeah.
can see Isha. Isha, would you like to share something? Okay, we have here raised hand. Please introduce yourself. Lenovo tab.
Unmute yourself first.
I'm
Go
Mrs. Priya Mathur. Can I speak? Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Yeah, being a teacher from past 2 decades, I have seen a big change in myself. I have upgraded myself to the skills such that I can reach out to the children in a better way. I also try to grab their attention, which was a very difficult task in such a scenario, with giving them some different types of activities and doing my best to get their attention. I would like to add that I would like to celebrate myself because I have done so many things which I never thought I would do in my life. Right from computer training, ourselves getting trained, learning, which was the best part of my life. So thank you. I would like to celebrate my learning as the biggest achievement.
That was wonderful. May I know your name again?
I'm Priya here.
Priya, that was wonderful. What celebration, right? Because learning. That is what we are about. Today when we talk about, when we talk to teachers, even for us, I mean, we may say we have got 3 decades of experience and all that, but every day we are learning. Every day is a learning experience for us. Today, if I say I know everything and sit back, then I'm going to become a dinosaur. I'll actually become extinct, right? So learning, unlearning, and again learning. That is the crux of the whole issue. Thank you so much, Priya. May we have some other participants who would like to celebrate the learning? So she says that she was able to grab the attention of the children during the online sessions, right, Priya? You were able to do that. Okay, fine, great. So who else? Please raise your hands. I think everybody is technologically very smart. Isha, I can see she's smiling beautifully. Isha, would you like to share some thoughts of yours? We can't hear you.
Isha, you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Isha? I think she's disappeared somewhere.
Till she comes back.
Yeah. Deepa, what about you, Deepa? Hi, Deepa.
Hello, good evening to everyone, one and all. It is such a nice to be attending this program. A very high appreciation for the HMK School Education Committee. The learning, as Priya said, yeah, it was a great learning. Though we were tech savvy, we can say that, of course, because the basic technology we were able to use. We were able to work on Microsoft, we were able to make our presentations and all for the students, whatever was required. But then when this lockdown and virtual classes started, we realized that, oh, we still have to learn a lot. And then we geared up all the teachers, I'm sure, we all geared up to stand up to this situation. stand up to this situation, we thought more than ourselves, we thought about our students, that our students should not miss out on anything. 2 years we have strived, learning every day, learning new methodology, new apps, new internet resources, teaching resources. We tried to learn so many things in these 2 years. And this has been a completely different from whatever experience we had till now. So it's
What
really
would you like to celebrate, Deepa? What would you like to celebrate and say that, yes, I really celebrate this learning?
My students, when they how much they have achieved. We have heard about so much about the students not attending classes, making excuses about that. But then at the end of the day, this year, for after the final exams, we realized that how our students were able to really understand and what grades they have scored. They have really scored very well in the final board examinations. It's a big achievement for me. I want to celebrate that finally my teaching was effective for my students. That made a lot of difference. So
Wonderful.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Deepa. So again, it comes back to the students, the achievement of the students, and how a teacher always thinks about her students. So I'm sure if we take one more person here who would like to share, they will also, will come to an understanding. It's the student who stands in front of the teacher always. So one more we will take, and then we will move further. Namrata, would you like to share your thoughts?
Yes, I'm a chemistry teacher. So definitely I was really able to show them all the experiments, even though the lab was not available, but internet was very effective for me. I could show and I could teach them whatever it was, whatever experiments I had to get done, although they were not able to do it physically, but at least visualization. And internet has so many sources. We were able to use all those sources very effectively during the online classes. So I was really able to explain everything. Students absorbed all the things properly, just because of visualization, I think, and that helps. So learning by the students was not hampered at all, even if it was online classes. It was
Wonderful.
good.
Wonderful. Thank you, Namrata. So again, what did I say? I think I predicted that again she will be talking about her students. Wes, we all know that the students are there in front of us, right? But one thing that we need to really realize now, that whatever we are teaching today, is it going to be helpful for us tomorrow? Or how are we preparing ourselves for the future? Are we really prepared for the student of tomorrow? We talk about, 21st century skills that the students need to have. But are we ready for those 21st century skills ourselves? Have we imbibed those 21st century skills in us? Are we all intrapersonal skills? We are fantastic. Do we have all interpersonal skills that are fantastic in us? Are we all problem solvers? Are we all critical thinkers? Are we all creative people? It is a food for thought for all of us. I'm sure that I'm very passionate about my work. I know that whatever I'm doing into the classroom is right, but I also have to be really clear that tomorrow, what the student needs, I have to be ready for that. It is not today, but tomorrow, and I have to start changing myself today, right? It is a known fact that the lucrative jobs that are present today, that we think are really good, may not be there tomorrow. People say we have seen in researches that in another 10 years, whatever jobs that we feel are so good, so lucrative, may not be there tomorrow. You know, there's this gentleman, Dr. Sugata Mitra. If you note down his name and read his blogs and things, you will, you know what he says? That earlier, archery and horse riding, okay, were part and parcel of the curriculum for students to learn in the school. Archery and horse riding. But today, they've just become sports, right? So he says, actually, it was a very controversial blog that he had written. He says that tomorrow, maybe maths will also become, you know, the same way. It may just come into the sports. And that is slowly happening because we can see the change from by the NEP, because NEP has come in. We can see the change now. Basic math is being, you know, offered to the students and also applied mathematics. So maybe that could happen. The subjects that we feel are so important today may change tomorrow. The topics that we feel are so very important today may change tomorrow. The strategies we feel that we are using today are so good may change tomorrow, because we have to understand the need of the child of today and tomorrow. When the child moves out from the premises of the four walls of our school, the child should be ready to face the world with a lot of confidence. So we need to change ourselves today. Any thoughts on that, everybody? Can I have some thoughts on this? Are we all agreeable that we need to change ourselves? We need to find new strategies. We need to upgrade ourselves, upgrade our skills. So how do we do that? Everybody is showing me thumbs up, great. So how do we do that? Any suggestions that how do we do that? Roshni, how do we do that?
The first thing is to understand what exactly the children are going through. Once we understand, we've got to teach them important qualities, not just subject matter, but empathy. How do you communicate? How do you how do you reciprocate to maybe emotions? I think it starts from there.
Okay.
Going forward is where we step into the class and take things forward in the subject or the curriculum manners.
Right.
But first thing is this: if they don't understand us, the person who's in front of them, they're not going to be able to, connect, is what I think.
Wonderful.
So that's the first step.
Wonderful. Thank you, Roshni. Now, this is the crux of the matter. She says we need to understand the student, right? So for that, I need to understand myself. Am I emotionally strong that I can face each and every student in my class? Today, the teacher is definitely not the teacher on the stage. She is the guide on the side. She's a multitasker. She's not the one who just goes to the classroom, teaches and comes out and underlines the main points and writes the answers on the board and says, okay, you go home, learn this and come back and you will get the same paper tomorrow. It's not that. Do you all agree with me? Because I know for sure that the teacher's job profile has changed so much, right? So for that, am I? Yes, Madhu, absolutely.
Yeah, she's called a
Absolutely.
facilitator.
There's a difference between a teacher and the facilitator, right?
Yeah.
So for that, I need to be very emotionally strong. I need to be free of stresses. I need to know that where I need to put my foot down. I need to have that discipline. I need to have that core strength that's what Geeta was talking about, to take this forward. You know, in our when I joined teaching, it was like, okay, ठीक है, तुम्हारे पास 2 महीने छुट्टियां रहेंगी गर्मियों के, फिर तुमको दशहरा वेकेशन मिलेगा, फिर all the kind of things were there. Today, teachers are not getting those kind of vacations. Even if they are getting, there's a lot of work that is related to given to them to be done at home, right? So it's no more the same thing. So that inner strength that we need to build up. Now, how do we do that? That is where we have to come together and actually take up one skill at a time, so that we are able to stand confidently and say that yes, I will be able to face everybody. Now today also, only when I'm asking some teachers to open their videos and talk, they are doing it. I haven't seen everybody raising their hands. Why is that? Why is that? Because I still feel not very confident about, if I say something, what will people say? You understand? So this is where we have to first look at ourselves, imbibe the skills that are required for the teacher or the facilitator. Now I won't say the word teacher, the facilitator, and work on it very, very seriously. Because today I'm telling you, when I was principal of schools, now of course I'm not totally involved directly, senior teachers with lot of experience, with absolutely fantastic subject knowledge, used to come running down to the principal's office saying, I cannot handle this class. Why is it so? Why is it so? A teacher with experience, a teacher with great subject knowledge, who's been taking that subject for years together, she's unable to handle the students and take the class. What could be the reason? Shashi, what could be the reason? You are such an experienced teacher. Shashi. Unmute yourself, Shashi.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel, hi everyone. Hello.
We can hear you, Shashi.
I feel that, the lack of confidence in the teachers, like at that particular moment, you should be very confident about yourself, and then follow the students, what they want from you, what they want from us, like the facilitators. That's what I feel. Yeah. And now,
thank you, Shashi.
Now I'm learning more and more with my grandchildren.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Shashi. So what I think Shashi is trying to say is that we need to first connect with the students.
Connect.
The relationship building with the students is so very important. If I do not know my students who are sitting there in the classroom, it will be very, very difficult for me to take it forward. That's what I'm telling you. Experienced teachers with great subject knowledge, they are unable to understand what the child of today wants in the classroom. She wants to still teach in the same way. She wants them to still give them a lot of gyan, that in our days, we never used to open our mouth for the teacher, in front of the teacher. This is the gyan that teacher, immediately as she comes into the classroom and she sees a big hangama going on, and paper airplanes flying here and there. This is the first thing she says. What does she say? That, oh my goodness, you guys are terrible. I cannot change you, and I will not be able to teach you. Right? So what do we do? What is she supposed to undo? She needs to first understand the requirement of the child of today. Teenagers, if for 5 minutes also, she gives them time to talk about the latest movie that is running in the cinema halls, that will build up that great connect. If she can understand what the child wants to speak, if she can listen to them for 5 minutes, listening skills are so very important in the teachers, which actually we have forgotten, because all the time we are just talking, and controlling the class. We are all the time talking and we are controlling the class, and we are not ready to listen to the students per se. So that emotional connect that Shashi spoke about, she spoke about connect. Roshni spoke about emotional connect. So that connect first we have to build up, and for that we have to be very strong, right? That actually was the first point, was about being very strong yourself. Do not let the child know that you are lacking in something. But yes, if you do not know something, always tell the child, I'm very sorry, I will check out and come back again, rather than giving false information. So this is how we need to build up, whether it is technology, whether it is teaching strategies. We are now talking about child-centric learning. And there's a word for it, where we say that self-directed and self-motivated learning is called as heutagogy. I took a session yesterday, day before, in my school also on this, where there's a paradigm shift from pedagogy to heutagogy, where in heutagogy, if you really see, it is a child-centric approach to teaching and learning. So that is where all of us need to start working on. We are talking all our lesson plans. I'm pretty sure all of you, your lesson plans are based now on Bloom's taxonomy, right? But now when we talk about heutagogy, we are also looking at a new pedagogy, new taxonomy, that is Pink's taxonomy, which is, as Geeta had mentioned, it is a holistic approach to teaching and learning. So all of us have to start preparing, because now the future is about the child learning on his or her own, right? It is not about the teacher per se. The teacher is just a guide and a facilitator. It is the child who will assess himself, learn on his own, do his own research, finding out, and then move forward. I'm sure during the pandemic, you all have done flip learning. Yes, I'm sure all of you have kind of read about it, done, worked on it. So can anybody give me an insight into that? Anybody has used flip learning?
Yeah,
Deepa?
we have used flip learning in our classes. So flip learning is basically making the students understand the topic, making the students have a basic understanding about what we are going to do, and then the next day the students come and share their learning, and that is how students research and understand the topic before it is being taught formally in the class. Many a times it is formal teaching is also not required when the students themselves come up with so much research and so much understanding about the topic.
Yeah, so that is, you're making the learning as child-centric, right? You're giving the topics to the child, he does his own research, finding out, and then makes a presentation in the classroom. So basically, your work has been reduced, because the whole topic you don't have to teach per se, you don't have to give notes, right? It is just that you have divided the topic into subtopics given to each and every child, and they come and give their presentation. And you know, when he finds out on his own, when he researches on his own, it is a lifetime of learning for the child, right? If I dictate something, he will remember today, he'll forget tomorrow. So that will be the future of learning and teaching for sure. So whether it is skill development, life skill and values, that has become again a very, very imperative and important aspect. It's not about moral science that we used to have in the olden days. We used to have a period of moral science. It's not about that. It's about life values and skills. How responsible are you? How do you understand the value of sharing and caring? So during the pandemic, did you give these values to the children? Anybody, would you like to share some values that were shared with the children during the pandemic time? Shruti, I don't know who's Shruti. Kirti, are you there? Shruti, Kirti, Swati.
Yes, ma'am.
Pravita.
I want to.
Pravita.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Actually, Gitanjali is having a life skill session, right? It's like school cinema. The Excel world is having a small, we have a small life skill pack. Children from class 1 to class 5, they all have that. Instead of moral science, we have a life skill session. So we
Okay.
just play a movie, we just show them a short movie, and then we discuss about one of the life skills like critical thinking or about anything which decision making. So that way they're learning so many things. We do activities also. Basically, we do activities also on that. So it was so much fun. But online also, we have enjoyed doing that. And we have a small book. So we discuss, it comes right from the starting a movie, we discuss about the movie, and then we get into personal things. So they come out with so many good things. They speak up with what happens at home, how they deal with the daily life situations and all. It was so interactive session, and I really enjoyed that. And we should
Wonderful.
1 to 5. So actually, we have till 10th, but being in primary, I take for 1 to 5. It's very nice.
Right. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pravita. That
Yes.
was really good sharing. Anybody else would like to share?
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Shruti Mathur. I take up for I'm in school Gitanjali Primary School. I would like to share some good morals about what I teach. I was in pre-primary first. Now I'm in class 1. So I would like to share my sharings with what I've done in my pre-primary teaching. So they're very, very small children. So, when they come into class, I'm just talking about the online class. So it's very important, when they come, the way they sit in the class is very important. The first thing, the way they sit, the way they show themselves on the screen, that's very important. What I have observed in the online class, where parents, just wake them up from the bed and make them sit on the chair for attending the online class. So I have changed that in my classroom, that there should be some discipline where they have to maintain. And I make sure they have their bath in the morning itself, so that, I keep on repeating myself every day that they need to dress up properly. They need to sit, have their breakfast before they start their class, and all these little things, what they have to do before they come to school, they have to do it in the online class also. So, we do the prayer, we have the exercise, everything like the regular school in the online class also. So these are the little changes that I felt has to be followed in the online class.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Wonderful sharing, Shruti. So these are the life skills that we are talking about, the values, because, we feel that many parents do not have time these days to spend with their children. And again, it has come onto our shoulders, to take up this. So it's not about telling lies or whatever it is, like earlier we used to get moral science books and all, where they used to be, if you tell lies, this will happen and those kind of things. It is about how we need to support each other and have the sense of belongingness. Sense of belongingness has become very, very important. So I've got few educational jargons that I would like to share today. And with that, I will close, because I don't know how much time I've taken. Vishal would able to tell me, because I was given 40 minutes. But these educational jargons that we are talking about will showcase what is expected in the future. So if we note them down, maybe one of our session, the next session, we can actually pick up each and take it up. So what I wanted to say was, this is just the first session that we have come together, right? And Madhu, if you're okay with it, can we invite the teachers, those who want to take workshop also, or those who want to conduct a session also, can we invite them also, and give them this platform to take sessions? Because it will be wonderful if we can get that kind of work.
Surely, that will be really good. I mean, we need an exchange of ideas for proper growth. So it's not only we who are adept at whatever we're saying, but I'm sure all of you are also, equally adept. So we should give them a chance, and we should have like an open session for everyone. So every time you have a session, you could decide in advance who's going to speak, and you could have a planned session like that each time.
Yeah, and feedback and questionnaire also along with it, so that everybody can ask questions, and kind of it'll be great learning for all of us. So what I wanted to share, these jargons are, first is, the children learn best on their feet and not on their seat. Do we agree with that? Yes or no?
Totally.
Okay. Second, future of learning is deep and digital. We agree, not agree. It's our own perspective. Education for life or education for livelihood. These are all debatable. Action is the functional or the foundational key to all success. Nothing will come to me if I just sit down and say, God give it to me, and it falls on my lap. It is the action which is the key to all success. Positive culture of learning to be created by us in the classroom, in the corridor, in the playground, in the school per se. Stop delivering and start designing. Do not control your class, but give them opportunities to design and come up with their own understanding and learning and curriculum. In IB schools, the teachers and the students, their parents, in fact, sit together and decide on the themes. It's not just the teacher who decides and it comes framed, nicely framed, and it comes to the teacher. No, it is the child, every child along with their parents and along with the teachers, they sit together and decide on the curriculum, that this theme we would like to do first. And not only that, they have their art teacher in the meeting, they have their dance teacher in their meeting, they have their theater teacher in the meeting, or they have the librarian in the meeting, because these days librarian has become a very, very important person in the school. Library is the heart of a school, actually. So stop delivery and start designing. Paradigm shift from standardization to personalized teaching. One glove does not fit all hands, right? So if we think that all our students, those olden golden days gone, where St. Anne's used to have 60, 65 children. And I remember when I used to go and meet the teacher of St. Anne's, she used to first ask me, what is your child's name? Tanushri. Okay, Tanushri. Where is Tanushri sitting? She's sitting right then. Oh, Tanushri is doing okay. Those days are gone, right? Now parents want to know more about their child's progress and how we can deal with each and every child, individually. So this is a beautiful and a major paradigm shift from generalized teaching to personalized teaching. And last and not the least is how we enhance the transdisciplinary skills in us and then in our students. All the transdisciplinary skills are present in us. They're all there. It's not that I'm good at so-and-so or I'm not good at so-and-so. No, it's not that. It's all there with us, within us. Only thing is we do not understand and we do not enhance it. When we say that if you do not use a part of your brain, it becomes stagnant, right? So the same way, if we do not understand the skills that we have, the transdisciplinary skills that each one of us have, and we do not brush them up, if we do not enhance them, that definitely they'll become stagnant and we think, no, we don't have this particular skill. So we need to understand those skills and we need to have, see that each and every child is also able to enhance those skills. So with that note, thank you so much, everybody. I hope it was okay and I enjoyed it, meeting all of you today and connecting with all of you today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Pratibha, I think you were wonderful. I think you deserve a big hand on this. Teachers, please clap for her.
No, I don't want
And
clapping.
she was pretty clear, and I think we have understood whatever she has said. And she has also had an interactive session, elicited answers out of you. She didn't make you sleep. She pulled out each and every one, and especially the names she knew. So they were in the danger zone. Yeah, but it was really nice, Pratibha. I think we'll have wonderful sessions here on, and we are all going to enjoy plus learn together. It was a very good session.
Thank you.
I think we can go ahead with lots of these kind of sessions, and we'll tell you how and when we're going to have them. The duration and the spans. So I think all our
So
teachers.
can we ask someone, Madhu? Can we ask someone to actually initiate this? Someone who wants to volunteer to be the first session leader?
Yeah. Why not? Why not? That'd be good. It shows leadership qualities also.
Yeah.
So I think lots of hands are going to come up.
Let's hope so.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
there are lots of topics also that she's given. So you could choose one of these as well. So there is not a big problem. And these days, everything is there on Google. So, and with so much of your experience, you could always do that.
So next session will be from Roshni's side.
Done.
You will be
I would
ready
love
for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I would like to add, I'm sorry to cut you. I would like to add that I think if we as all the Biradari teachers and administrators come together this way on maybe even a regular basis, I think there will be no stopping us to being the best out there. Really.
Absolutely.
That's what I was just going to tell. That
and we would request Dr. Dinesh Raj Mathur sir that if we can from next time meet physically in the Mathur Bhavan, that will be wonderful.
Yes.
Pratibha, one more thing.
And we would also request him to say a few words, Pratibha.
Someone wants to say something, Kirti?
Yeah, Pratibha, if we can have a fixed day for these talks would be great. Once a month or once in 2 months, any fixed day, so that we can be prepared for it, because you were very enlightening today, but I would have loved to you to go on for a few more hours like this.
That's good. Fantastic.
Okay, so that Madhu will decide, and we will all come up with some fixed dates and all that. All the core committee will decide, and we'll give it.
Yeah, we'll give it a thought.
Yeah.
Dineshta,
Yeah.
we would like you to speak a little and tell us about the session we had this evening.
Very, very well done. Excellent. Teachers, I'm really very, very happy. Madhu, you have started a very good program, and your co-leader was.
Much.
And I know that Pratibha is doing excellent work, and she has done very good work today. And the best part is nobody slept in her class. I was really wondering that of course, I'm also a teacher. You may not be knowing that for the past 45 years, I'm teaching in medical college. And I have also got rich experience as a teacher. But the students, what we used to deal and what we are dealing today is totally different. As you people have said rightly, these students who are coming out, and in those days, of course, they were so scared of teachers that उनका मुंडी भी ऊपर नहीं उठाते थे. आजकल सब गया, क्योंकि पहले क्या था, knowledge was limited only to books. And I'm talking about medical field. Medical books were so costly, it was very difficult for the student to buy. So we used to take the help of libraries. And we used to learn, and whatever our teacher was teaching, that was almost like a gospel almost like a Gita in those days. Nowadays, this knowledge is available everywhere. And nobody, so just now Pratima was telling that library is very important. We used to teach that library is most important. Go and sit in library for 2 to 3 hours. But these days, I'm telling you that library में पैर पोस्ट को साफ करने की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ रही. कोई लाइब्रेरी को जा रही नहीं. क्लासेस में बच्चे बैठे तो भी इंटरनेट वो अपना देख लेते जा रहे हैं, सेल फोन पे इन्हें सही पढ़ा रहा नहीं पढ़ा रहा चेक कर रहे हैं. तो इससे अपने को we have to change. I really appreciate it. But 1 or 2 points I wanted to tell. Now that the government of India has changed the education policy all over, so that is very, very good. And I have gone through because I was one of the members of this committee, and I'm also participating in those sessions in medical field. So now the curriculum has changed. So we have to first concentrate on the changing of the curriculum, because first of all, we have to pass the examination to have the degrees. Pratibha said 2 things. One for education, one for livelihood, what we are learning. Of course, both are important. But in our field, like medical field, as you said, that students should be taught from the school level how to behave, how to go, then only they will become a disciplined human beings. In our field also, you are telling what we are teaching today, it should be remembered all through the life. Yes. I say when I take the first class for the students who enter the medical college as a council, we say that whatever you learn from day one, अपने हैदराबादी लैंग्वेज में बोल रहा हूँ मैं कि जो फर्स्ट डे तुम एक्चुअली लेसन लर्न करते वो मरे दम तक याद रखना पड़ता मेडिकल फील्ड में, because every step, every day, every teaching lesson we have to carry and remember till you die, because all are interrelated. Using that knowledge, we have to treat the patient. Every patient is a book by itself. So all these things are there. I will also participate in all your sessions. Pratibha, you have done very well. And your teachers are also Apna Biradri teachers. Excellent. I have seen that everyone has given very good material for Pratibha and Madhu. I'm sure this thing, of course, Geeta Karan is Geeta Karan. She has done a very good job as an opening batsman. So thank you all. God bless you. Continue. ऐसा अभी कोई बोल रहे थी कि अपन पूरे टीचर्स मिलना एक साथ. Yes, live programs will have. इतने टीचर्स हैं अपने पास, एक स्कूल खुल सकता. Okay. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Nishi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could just thank everybody.
Nishiji, we would request you to propose the vote of thanks.
Okay, thanks, Vishal. Hello, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of the School Education Committee.
What
I have
happened?
the president for his constant
Vishal?
encouragement members, teaching fraternity. A special thanks to the publicity team headed by Mr. Nilesh Chand and Nachiket for all his support. Vishal has been instrumental in making this program a reality. And Pratibha, thank you so much for that wonderful session. And I'm sure everybody has benefited a lot. And as it was mentioned, learning, learning, and learning, teacher is a student all her life. That is what is said. And at this stage, I remember
that when I was working in Gitanjali, we had a gentleman who came and spoke to the teachers. He said, teachers take great pride in saying, I have 30 years of experience. But if experience is not changed over a period of time, it is not 30 years experience, but it is 1 year's experience repeated 30 times. So on this state, at this moment, it is important that we have to change according to the growing needs of the time. So on this note, thank you one and all for joining this session and making it successful. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Nishi. Thank you, everyone. I think we'll meet again very soon. We'll decide the date and let you know. Thank you, Dineshda, for your gracious presence. Thank you, Sujita, for that beautiful presence. Yeah, thank you, everyone. All of you have been great.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well done, well done. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Looking forward, Madhuji ji. Looking
Yes,
forward.
yes,
Thank
of
you.
course, of course. We'll have more such sessions. And a big thank you to Pratima. Vishal, we
Yes.
cannot get by without you. You were
Well
great.
done, well
You were the one who actually got us on this portal with the help of Nachiket, of course. Nachiket,
Yes,
thank you
yes.
so much.
Thank you.
And I want to
Nachiket,
thank the little
Vishal.
girls also who said the prayer. Nachiket's
Yes.
daughters, they were so good.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Each
Good.
time, you know, they say they really are confident and take really well.
Well done. We will repeat
Yes,
very
surely.
often. Madhu, well done. Pratima,
Thank
well
you,
done.
Dineshda.
Come.
Thank you.
So with your permission, we will close this meeting.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Please stay safe.